Hey there everyone, welcome back to Game Vine, and my name is Dave, and we are digging through the dust and the grime in our review of Unearth. Let's do it. Now, this is a review copy from Brotherwise Games. Thank you so much for your support. Now, Brotherwise Games, they make a little game called Boss Monster. Now, it's one of my favorite games when I first got into the hobby. I haven't played it so much lately, but it's still a game that I go back to with fond memories. And Unearth is their next title, and it has a beautiful art and a beautiful box here, and the theme, I want to tell you right now, is pretty thin, but it is tribes. They're trying to get back to their roots and dig up the ancient ruins to try to find out about their ancestors. But essentially, it's a card playing game, and you're trying to collect some little tiles and build a little hex kind of shape in front of you and get the most points by doing so. Now, it has a bit of a mechanism, if you've ever played Smash Up, where you're putting things on cards and trying to break a number and claim the said cards. It's a bit different though. It's unique because it's like Smash Up with dice. I like that aspect of dice in any game. So when I hear the randomizing of dice hitting the table, it excites me. So Brotherwise Games, new title, dice. Let's see what all of that combined looks like. Let's go look at the production. I'll tell you how to play, and then we'll go from there. Let's go. Alright, so this is what comes in the box of Unearthed, and you have cards of all sizes. You have the big giant cards, you have medium-sized cards, and you have fun-sized cards. Now, you know how I feel about fun-sized cards, but you know, I'll be okay with these. And these cards right here are pretty nice. Thickness will stand the test of time. Not a linen finish. I am a little bit sad on that. And these are just cards that I'm going to be telling you about the tiles, but the creme de la creme is right here. These giant cards that kind of look like Minecrafts, kind of remind me of Catherine the game, the way that the scaling cliffs are, especially this one right here. But these are very interesting and very nice. Huge cards, not linen finish again, but the art on them are magnificent. And the pearlescent dice feel really nice. They look good, and for once I like a yellow component in a game. Most of the time I'm not a fan of the color, but the pearlescents make it look like gold, and the greens are just so nice. And everybody has a set of these for each player. And then you have these cubes. I used to make these squares at school all the time. They are very cool, and the thickness on the cardboard is fair. You have yourself a bag. It feels okay. It is a cloth bag, and that's pretty much it. Now let me show you how to play this game. Alright, so this is the game setup. You'll be discarding cards in a 3 or 4 player game. You discard 5. In a 2 player game like I have set up, you'll discard 10 of these ruin cards. You'll give everybody their dice here, and you'll set up the ruined pile here, and then you'll set up the relics up top, and then you'll give everybody 2 of the Delver cards. As you can see, I have stones already set up on most of these cards. I left this one here off because I want to place the number of stones that is on the bottom right. So whenever a ruin card comes out, you place the number of stones right down here. Now up top here, this will be associated with your dice. This has a, like I said, a smash up kind of feel. When you exceed or match this number, that will trigger this card being claimed, and I'll get into that a little bit more later. Now on your turn, it is broken up into 2 different phases. The delve phase, and that's pretty quick. You can either choose to play one of these cards or not, and if you do that, then you will do the second phase, and that is choose one of your dice to roll. But first you have to pick one of these ruins that you want to put your dice on. You can pick any dice you want, and then I said I was going to put it on this green one. I have a 1. Now if a 1, 2, or 3 are ever placed on a ruin that has a stone, you'll be able to collect one of the stones yours. Now some of these delving cards will change some of the aspect, like they'll be able to allow you to roll before you choose, but they have a ton of different things that they can change, like the number of on the dice and so forth and so on. So that's your turn. You basically are playing a delve card if you want, and then choosing one of the ruin cards and rolling the dice and putting that dice on there. Now with these stones, you'll be making a kind of hex. You want to put wonders in there, and that's how you score points. You also will be scoring points with cards as well, but let me show you what this looks like when it's complete. this is the kind of ring honeycomb you're making. Now these are the wonders up top here. They have different ways you can take them. Now the lesser wonders, they scale from 2 to 4 points, and you can claim them with any kind of ring that you make. Just put it in there, and you'll look at it yourself and put it face down so nobody can see it. Now the greater wonders, you have to have all of the same colors. So if I had that, I would be able to put that in there. But you can also claim these guys up here. They have a special power. We'll deal out a number of these compatible with the amount of players. In this game we have 4 because it's 2 more than the amount of players. And like I said, each one has a power. This one, at the end of the game, score 2 points for each stone of the type you have the least of. So you can try to vary that and have 2 different types of stones and get a lot of points. Now in order to get these you have to pay the amount, and I set this ring up just so I could do it that way. So instead of getting the lesser, we can put this guy right here and his point amount will vary. Now you don't have to always make a hex by itself. You can start to take stones and break them off on this side to complete a hex that way, and have 2 made with things that you've already placed in play. Make it much easier on yourself. Again, you're claiming stones when you roll 1, 2, or 3, and that there are stones on the actual runes. Now, if there is no stones on the rune, you will draw from the bag. Now, remember that number I set up here? This is another way that you can get points. If you get 1 of every color of the ruins, it's going to give you a number of points. I think it's 5. Now, once you trigger the 9 with the amount of points, the person who has the most amount on here will claim the card. Now don't worry, the people who put dice on there and didn't win will get delve cards, and that's how you get more of those. Now like I said, you will claim these and just put it in front of you. Any stones that are still on there will be taken out of the game. You will flip this over, place more stones on there. Now you will also get 5 points for building 3 or more wonders, so that's kind of a name of the game. Now I didn't mention there is a different deck of these cards right here that will be the end of the trigger, so there is some variation in the end of the game. Now that only triggers the beginning of the end of the game, so when you draw the last card, this end card here, you will continue to play until all the ruins have been gathered, and then that will trigger the end of the game. You'll count up your wonder points, you'll count up your ruin card points, and any other points that you might be able to gather as bonuses. And whoever has the most at the end of the game, of course, is the winner. Those are the basics of the game. I'm not going to go over all these little powers on the wonders and the ruin cards. I'll let you find out that yourself, but let me give you my opinion of this game and give it a grade. Let's go. Alright, so that is how you play Unearth. Now go ahead and give this game a grade. It gets a 79, and it gets the GameVine Play It Award. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that I gave you most of the rules. There's one thing that I forgot, is if you're trying to take the cards and claim the ruin cards, and there's a tie, the person with the most faces on a dice, like the 6 dice will be the 3 dice, they will be the one that takes the card. I mention that because that is one of the most interesting things about this game to me, is because it's super randomized, and because of that, the replayability is absolutely there just based on that fact. And yeah, there are different ending cards that you can put on there and different delving cards that you'll get. The most way that you can get replayability in this game is those dice. And I like the factor of, yeah, you need a stone, roll that 4-sided dice so it gives you the best odd to get that stone, and try to build up this little hex so you can get those relics and put them down. Because that is a legitimate strategy and probably my most favorite part of the game. I am a sucker for building things in front of me. That, like I said, is a legitimate strategy, and I do think this game has a nice pace to it back and forth in a 2 and a 3 player game at least. But the time that I get to build up my relics, it's not there, and I actually add a few more cards into the game just so I can make a 3rd hex, and then I get that satisfaction. But beyond that, the game is a good time length. It doesn't kind of overstay its welcome. Again, the only thing that I think wraps up too fast is the fact that you're trying to build up the little part in the bottom, and if it's your favorite part like me, you might feel a little stale at the very end, and if so, just add a few cards. You can house roll that. Production in this game, I mean, look at it. It is, I love it. It's got this kind of very polyomino, kind of modern deco, even abstract art-esque to it, and it's bleeding all through and through the cards. And like I said, the theme is veneer thin, but that's okay, because when I get to look at these cards and play with them and then build this little thing in front of me, I have fun. Now again, this isn't something that blew me away, but it's definitely a great game. This isn't something that was light though. I do feel like it's like 2 steps above that. So if you are a person that's just getting into the hobby and you're starting up a new collection, I think this would be the next step up to get for you and your friends to experience a little more depth, and then you can go up from there. Because of that randomizing of dice, and because there's tiny bit of strategy and there's a tiny bit of mitigation with the dice, but it's absolutely one of the most tactile games that I've played. And I like tactics. I'm a huge Hearthstone player, so when I get to do I have to go through this path. This is what fate has given me. I'm going to have to roll with it, and no pun intended. And this game does that to you every time. You don't know what you're going to do. You might play the card game and try to get all the colors, or you might be the relic kind of person, though I try to push the relics every time. But if you do that, if you try to push a strategy or a tactic that isn't really presented to you, you're going to be hindered. And I wasn't even able to make a full hex the one game because I pushed it and I didn't score any points. Speaking of scoring points, I think the score at the end of the game is relatively competitive. It isn't a huge amount of points, and the variation between, I think it's around, on average, what was it, about 5 to 10 point difference. And that's good. I don't like the runaway kind of game, and other than the one game that I just got destroyed, but again, that's because I was pushing it. So as long as you're going with the flow, going with the dice, and going with whatever's on the board when it comes to ruins, you will have a good strategy or kind of tactic going throughout the whole game. So if any of this sounds enjoyable, you know that you want this game or not, you can pick it up in the description below. I'll leave a link down there so you can pick it up at Amazon. And thank you so much again, Brotherwise Games, for providing us with a review copy. I love doing reviews for you, and I really appreciate your support. And thank you so much, Vine Nation, for stopping on by. If you want, you can click a like, and if you haven't already, click subscribe. And until the next time that I see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all you play. I'm out. Bye. Vine Nation, we love making content here for you on the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe now and help us out. This video right here, I think you'll like. This video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like. Or you can just sit here and watch me dance the dinosaur for a little bit longer. You can visit us at our social media outlets, and we're going to be improving our Patreon here soon. That's all for today. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.